Hey YouTube, as promised, I was going to keep you informed of all the tie-in comics taking place in this new DC event, and today is no different. We just got a buttload of content, and I am here to give you every single important event taking place behind the scenes, and we're going to see how the fastest man alive got caught by an android. Now, let's get into it. We start off with Green Arrow. He was digging for something, and at the same time remembering a conversation he had with Amanda Waller, convincing him to turn against his friends. And as we know, Green Arrow is a man of very good morals, so he knew eventually everything she said was going to play out exactly as she said. The appearance of heroes was a bad thing for the world. As much as they have to save it all the time, they are usually the cause of the chaos. Now, if you're like me, you're wondering what's in this box, and we discover it was given to him by Martian Manhunter. Inside this box was the weakness of the Justice League, and they trusted him enough to give it to him. No one else, just him. The most dangerous weapon in the world, apparently. Sadly, we don't get to see it, at least not yet. So, he said, damn, closed the box and called in for transport, but he got denied. Because right now, they were facing off against his family, and that is when this coward decides to cross the line. He didn't care when his teammates were being apprehended, only when his family was being caught. Disgusting. Anywho, like I said, this part is boring. His family were about to die. Matter of fact, they were about to get killed right here, right now. If you're wondering where they are, it's a whole other story. Very boring. They went to track down Ivo, found him in the desert, and they lost him. And right now, they're trying to get him back and save Red Arrow's kid and ex-girlfriend. So before Red Arrow can watch his kid lose her face, Green Arrow decides to jump in and save her. So we aren't really sure if he's changed sides or it's just for the moment. Now, let's get to the fun part, because the Flash is running for his life. And who is he running against? Not a speedster. Well, actually a speedster, but an Amazo speedster. And it gets wild. Running for his actual life should be an understatement. You see, right here, this battle is going on around the world. They are speedsters. They could be anywhere in seconds. And news reports cover this battle. Their speeds is reaching upwards of Mach 10. Their footsteps alone are turning the desert sand to glass. This battle was raging on, and it was heading straight for Central City. Before they knew it, they were already there. Matter of fact, they were heading straight for the Flash Museum. Amazo chasing down the Flash around the world. Switching from the public eye, we follow the perspective of the Amazo speedster, and he was hot. I mean that literally, he was cooking, and he was wondering why. He had just stolen a couple of speedster's abilities, so he had realized that they were never hot, because most of them had a Speed Force aura, but he didn't. He was literally cooking everything in his path. It was him that had been making every single thing turn to glass. He was the problem. Flash wasn't, because it was just metal on metal. Thankfully, he had very, very strong metal, so he had him melted, but he was still cooking. And another problem, he was faster than the Flash, because in an instant, he grabbed Barry's neck, burning him to the touch. But this was the Flash. Time was still needed to suck away his abilities, and he was never going to stay still. In a nanosecond, he phased right through the Amazo's arms, absolutely shocking the Amazo. Wow, he was impressed. But he still had to give chase, searching through all the memories and the abilities he stole. He chose to use another Flash family member's ability to change his density and break through the floor through brute strength. Flash, buying himself a few seconds, went through the whole museum looking for something that would help him fight this android. And when he found it, he was rudely interrupted by this android because it was still fast. Using his eyes, he scanned the lab quickly, finding the one device that had traces of Speed Force energy on it, so he decided to destroy it on site, never giving the Flash the opportunity to even use it. The shockwave was so strong, it pushed him back, forcing him to reset. In a split second, he saw the look on Barry's face. He saw defeat. And in another split second, that look changed, because Barry doesn't get defeated. Now, he's going to whoop you, and he's going to whoop you good. Running out of the city, the android follows suit. Barry moving clean. The android caused chaos with every step, chasing Barry down. But he noticed Barry is faster now. For some reason, he couldn't catch him. Using his massive intelligence, he realized, oh, you're pulling me into the Speed Force, ain't you? Let's go. I've always wanted to be there, your fortress of solitude. Take me there. Before he even realized it, he was inside the Speed Force and Barry clocked him in his eye before running away, leaving him stranded in the Speed Force. Now, he realized at this moment this was a smart move because he could not escape. He didn't even know how to phase, so he decided to look through Barry's memories because in that split seconds as he scanned Barry to take his abilities, he got some of his memories, like the memory of him teaching young Wally how to phase through walls. Young Wally couldn't get it at first, but Barry was there and he was a good teacher. Using this opportunity, the Amazo learned in a split second the science behind phasing through matter. It was easy, but that was not all. He needed to know how to phase out of the Speed Force. So he went to another memory, a memory with Iris coming back from a trip, not realizing that Barry had saved her by taking a bullet to the chest. Right here, right now, was when he mastered phasing for himself, phasing his own arm into his chest and pulling out the bullet. The Amazo looked and finally understood. Phasing is just the first part. Phasing out of the Speed Force is simple. He just needed a reason to leave the Speed Force. And now he had it. With his damaged eye, he phased back into the real world and he realized that Barry did all this to buy himself some time. And time to do what? Now, you would think Barry was out looking for weapons, but nah, he went to the one person he's always running back to. He went back to Iris. Again, in a nanosecond, he put her inside his Speed Force aura and had a conversation with her, explaining everything, explaining how he was being hunted by someone stronger, faster. Even Iris was confused. Then why are you here, bruh? Keep running. And he said, nah, I have to see you. Because no matter what, no matter who I face, you are the reason. And in that moment, they shared a passionate kiss before he took off running again, leaving her. And she knew that, yeah, the world is about to be different. Because right now, her man is running for his life. And I'm assuming he's still running till now. But all this is cool and fun till we discover that back at the base, something was going down. And we follow this from the perspective of Steve Trevor. He was undercover, posing as one of Amanda Waller's flunkies when he realized something was going down. A portal was being opened, a portal to another dimension, and Amanda Waller herself was here, having a conversation with someone who he could not see, but he could hear. And this conversation was one of respect. Amanda Waller clearly looked at this woman as someone with a powerful position. This was her backup plan. In case capturing the Justice League does not work, this woman and her team was supposed to put them down. He watched helplessly as this deal was being concluded, and he saw in absolute terror who this person was. It was the crime syndicate, led by Superwoman herself, looking like an absolute freaking goddess. For those of you who don't know, this is the Justice League from another universe that turned bad. So the members are Superwoman, Johnny Quick, Ultraman, Etrican, Power Ring, and some others I do not know, but I'm looking forward to knowing.